A neurologist would give their best friend, backed by brain science. Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that the smoke alarm in your home was malfunctioning. Not broken, but malfunctioning. It screams at the scent of toast. It wails when steam rises from your shower. It detects danger everywhere, even when there's no fire. Now imagine you couldn't silence it, and you lived in that house every single day with that alarm screaming. That is anxiety. And here's what the latest neuroscience reveals that changes everything. Your brain isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do, but it's doing it in a world it was never designed for. I'm not here to tell you to breathe deeply and think positive thoughts. I'm here to show you the exact protocol that neuroscience has uncovered for taking your brain off high alert. This isn't theory. This is the biology of peace. And if you've ever felt like you're drowning in a brain that won't stop screaming, you need to watch every second of this video. Because before we're done, you're going to understand your anxiety better than the people who study it. And more importantly, you're going to know exactly what to do about it. Let's begin. Part 1. The brain's ancient design. The bridge concept. To understand why anxiety is suffocating you, we have to go back 200,000 years, back to the savannah. Your brain evolved for one primary purpose: survival. Not happiness, not peace, not productivity. Survival. Deep in your brain sits a structure the size and shape of an almond. It's called the amygdala. Think of it as your brain's threat detection center. Its job is simple: scan the environment for danger, and when danger appears, activate the alarm. Here's what that alarm looks like biologically. Your hypothalamus releases CRH, corticotropin-releasing hormone. Your pituitary gland releases ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. Your adrenal glands release cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart rate skyrockets. Your breathing becomes shallow. Blood floods to your muscles. Digestion stops. Your pupils dilate. You are now a weapon, ready to fight or flee. This system, the HPA axis, for those who want the science, saved our ancestors from saber-toothed tigers. It worked perfectly. Here's the problem. Your amygdala cannot tell the difference between a tiger and a text message from your boss. It cannot distinguish between a predator and a pending mortgage payment. It cannot differentiate between physical threat and perceived social rejection. Your ancient brain is now living in a modern world, and it's screaming at everything. Not because it's broken, because it's out of context. And when that alarm never turns off, when cortisol floods your system for weeks, months, years, that's when anxiety becomes a killer. Part 2. The silent killers, the stakes. Let me tell you what chronic anxiety actually does to your body. This isn't scare tactics. This is biology. Number 1, it shrinks your brain. Chronic cortisol exposure literally shrinks your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for rational decision-making, impulse control, and hope. The very part you need to manage anxiety is being eroded by anxiety. Number 2, it inflames your body. Anxiety triggers systemic inflammation. Your immune system goes on constant alert. This is linked to heart disease, autoimmune disorders, and a weakened ability to fight infection. You're not just anxious, you're sick. Number 3, it rewires your neural pathways. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Every time you spiral, you deepen the neural groove of that spiral. Your brain becomes physically structured to default to anxiety. It becomes the path of least resistance. Number 4, it steals your future. This is the one nobody talks about. Anxiety doesn't just ruin today, it colonizes tomorrow. You stop planning. You stop hoping. You stop believing that things can change. Because your brain is so busy surviving now that it cannot conceive of later. This is the silent emergency. And it will kill you. Not quickly, not dramatically, but slowly. By dismantling you piece by piece. But here's the good news. Your brain can change. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to rewire itself based on experience. The same mechanism that deepens anxiety can undo it, and that brings us to the protocol. Part 3. The 4-part anxiety protocol, the deep value. Here is the exact protocol I give to friends, family, and anyone who asks me how to stop the spiral. These are not suggestions. These are commands, neuroscience-backed interventions that literally change your brain chemistry. Command 1. The 90-second Hijack neuroscientist Dr. Jill Bolte-Taylor discovered something remarkable. The chemical lifespan of an emotion is approximately 90 seconds. When a trigger hits, your brain floods with chemicals. Those chemicals wash through your system and, if left alone, clear out in about 90 seconds. But here's the catch. If you think about the trigger, if you ruminate, if you replay, if you spiral, you reactivate the chemical release. You start the clock over and over and over. The command: when anxiety spikes, do not think for 90 seconds. Instead, hijack your nervous system with sensory input. Splash freezing water on your face. This activates the mammalian dive reflex, slowing your heart rate. Hold an ice cube until it melts. Name 5 things you can see, 4 you can touch, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, 1 you can taste. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4, out for 6. This physically stimulates the vagus nerve, which tells your body safety. You are not avoiding the feeling. You are starving the chemical reaction of the mental fuel it needs to survive. Command 2. The body before the mind. Here's a truth that will change everything. The body leads, the mind follows. You cannot think your way out of a body that's in fight-or-flight mode. You have to move your way out. When you're anxious, your body is primed for action. Muscles tight, energy mobilized. If you sit still, that energy has nowhere to go, so it turns inward and becomes more anxiety. The command: mobilize for 20 minutes, walk, run, jump, stretch, shake your limbs like a dog shaking off water. You are literally burning off the stress chemicals. You are telling your body, the threat is over, we survived, we can relax now. This isn't exercise for fitness, this is exercise for survival. Command 3. The scheduled worry. Anxiety demands attention 24/7. It's a tyrant, so you must treat it like one. The command: schedule an appointment with your worry. Set aside 15 minutes every day, same time, same place. Call it your worry window. When anxious thoughts come outside that window, you say, I see you, I hear you. I will give you my full attention at 4 p.m. Not now. Then, when 4 arrives, you sit down. You write every worry down. You let them come. And when the timer ends, you close the notebook and you say, I've heard you. We're done for today. This does 2 things. 1. It contains the wildfire. Anxiety doesn't get to colonize your whole day. 2. It proves to your brain that you are in command. The thoughts do not control you. You control when you engage them. Command 4. The identity shift. This is the deepest command, the one that changes everything. Anxiety says, I am anxious, as if anxiety is your identity. But neuroscience reveals something liberating. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind your thoughts. When you notice an anxious thought, who is doing the noticing? That awareness, that observer. That is the real you. The anxious thought is just a passing weather pattern in the sky of your consciousness. The command: practice the shift. Every time you catch yourself spiraling, pause and say, interesting, there's anxiety, and here I am noticing it. You are not the storm. You are the sky that holds the storm. This isn't spiritual bypassing. This is neuroplasticity in action. Every time you observe a thought without becoming it, you weaken that neural pathway and strengthen the pathway of awareness. Part 4. The Integration. Faith plus Science optional section. Now I want to offer something for those who want to integrate this science with something deeper: faith, spirituality, a sense of meaning beyond the self. Because here's what the research also shows. People with a spiritual framework recover from anxiety faster and more completely. Studies from Harvard and Duke show that prayer and meditation activate the prefrontal cortex, the same part of the brain anxiety shrinks. They calm the amygdala. They create what neuroscientists call neural coherence, the brain working in harmony rather than chaos. If you have a faith tradition, here's how to integrate it. Philippians 4:6-7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Notice the neuroscience. Guard your hearts and minds. That's the prefrontal cortex protecting you from amygdala hijack. Isaiah 26:3. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. Steadfast mind. That's attention regulation. Perfect peace. That's neural coherence. Science and faith aren't enemies. They're describing the same reality from different angles. If that resonates with you, I've created something special.